Hello everyone, and today I want to show you the three tools that you'll need to create some amazing projects. Without further ado, let's begin.
Welcome to my channel everyone, and today I will show you the three tools that you need in order to get started with some amazing projects. So the first one will be the Python interpreter, as these will all be Python centric projects. So for the Python interpreter, you have downloads, and there's a couple of options for the downloads. You have the Mac OS option or the Windows, depending on what your platform is, and simply click on it. You'll see the latest package. So just go ahead and click on it and download the latest package. In this case, here is an example of the Mac OS one, and it will download to your system and then just hit install. That's pretty much it for the interpreter, which is the language interpreter. And the next one is our coding environment. So we will use Visual Studio Code. And again, you have an option for the Mac environment or for the Windows. And for the Mac, simply go to download. The new types of Macs that are out there are have the in-house built central processing system. So you'll choose the M series Apple Silicon unless you have the Intel chip one, and simply hit on it, click it, and it will download to your system. And then just go ahead, go through the installation process. The next tool is the NLP, which is the Natural Language to Code Processor. And you may be familiar with ChatGPT being the most popular one, but you could pretty much use any one that you'd prefer. It really is just a preference. Although some would agree with, some would disagree and say some are better than others. But for what we will be using it, they pretty much all do a great job at helping you build applications. So once we have Visual Studio Code installed, there you will probably have a link to some instructions if it's the first time that you open VS. I do suggest you go through some of the lessons. However, we will be learning how to use VS by doing, and you'll become an expert in no time at all. One thing to get you started is that on the left-hand side pane, you'll see an icon for extensions. So just simply click on the icon, and in the search field, search for Python, which is the one of the packages that we want to install, and the other one being Pylance. And you can also install Python Debugger, doesn't hurt. This one has 69 well, pretty much 70 million users. Python Indent is another popular one. You should install that one. It allows you to, uh, uh, it helps you, it actually assists you with better indentation because Python is a heavily indented tool. Um, the code is well structured, easy to read, and indentation actually helps with readability. One of the so one of the interesting things about VS is that we can also integrate our NLPs in it. And if you just type in AI in the search field, you'll get a whole bunch of NLPs like Codium, Codo. Um, there's others like IntelliCode. GitHub is the most popular one at 31.2 million downloads. There's others. One is oriented if you're using the PHP language, um, which is a server-based language. Tab9 is another popular one with 8.7 million downloads. We have Kodi. So two that I've installed in my environment is Kudo and Codium. So I'm going to be playing around with those for the next few months and just trying them out. So I've just activated Kudo here. One thing you want to do is go to terminal at the top and open a new terminal. So this is essentially very much like you're just opening the uh, uh, the operating system's terminal. And what we will do is we'll create a simple program. So we wanted to create, so here, this is how we start. Um, we wanted to, notice I haven't even created the file yet, but I could create a file. However, I know that a Kudo can create the file itself. So let me just start with something very simple. We want to create a tic-tac-toe game. So need a Python code to create a tic-tac-toe game um, against the computer. And we want this to be a graphical user interface, a GUI, tic-tac-toe game against the computer. Make the computer challenging to beat. Here we go. So let's see this at work. And here we should start seeing some code generated, and we could see that on the extreme top right hand side. We have a small window as well as in the middle here. Um, and we could, it's still generating the code. And here we go. So here's the code being generated. First thing you'll notice at the top, if you're not familiar with Python, not a problem. It's importing libraries. So if you get some kind of an error with it can't find the library or the module within the library, not a problem. It's probably because the library is not installed, and a lot of the libraries that come with the interpreter are not installed. So the process is to just click in the terminal, type in the terminal, just type pip install. TK is short for tkinter, which is the GUI library. And mine is already installed, so it's going to say requirement has already been satisfied. So what we want to do now is just create the file, and we will create it in the desktop. We will put it in one of the folders, subfolders, and we will save it. And now at the top right hand side, we want to run this file, and our game is somewhere here, and it is right behind the scenes. So let's see. We're playing against the computer now, and tricky. And there we go. It's a tie. Yay. So that's pretty much it. That's how you could quickly just create an app. In this game, it's a simple game like tic-tac-toe, and you can improve it by creating ask it using natural language to ask it to create a play again button, and it will just reformat the code and update it with a play again button. You could also, in this case, it's using some capabilities from the other NLP that I have installed, which is Codium. And Codium here, you have an option to explain code. So it's going to explain what parts and pieces of the code is. But of course, you could just copy, paste the code, and ask it to interpret the code. So yeah, you could learn a lot just like simply as you're probably familiar, entering in ChatGPT to break down a calculus problem, and it's just going to break it down for you, but it's also going to explain how it derived to the solution. You could do that with just about any math problem, physics problems, engineering problems. That's what NLPs today are for. We'll be using those NLPs to create some amazing applications. And yeah, I do hope you like this episode. Please do like and subscribe. And I hope to see you again next time, where I will show you a app that I've built to help us build apps and organize them and help um, construct bits and pieces of the app, just like you would Lego pieces. And that application will help us do that. And of course, I will have a link to my GitHub page for the code. So thanks for watching and have a great day.